Hello, we are live on the Love Gurus podcast. Hello, people. Thank you for being here. We are going to take ridiculous dating questions. Let me button my shirt all the way. Jesus Christ. I think I look less fat with my shirt buttoned. And I know a lot of you are on YouTube are sitting there thinking, well, Jake, you still look pretty fat with that shirt buttoned. Well, you should see me with it unbuttoned,
Jake,
like I had a little bit ago.
Jake and I, our maroon shirts on the underneath are actually the same size, but mine is just on me and his is on his, so yeah.
Yeah, we got them 2 for 1, and it only fits one of us, but we can't pass up a deal. You know?
I didn't wear a maroon shirt. I almost did.
It would have been weird. It would have looked like the 3 maroon bears, and it would have been ridiculous.
I would have definitely had to move over there.
Yeah. It would have been baby bear, papa bear, and then mama bear with the tits. It would have been crazy.
I mean, a meat in that sandwich.
Yeah. It just gets crazier as we start adding characters, the side characters in the 3 bears. It gets fucking nutty.
What is it? Was there a woodsman? Is that Red Riding Hood?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a woodsman somewhere. Yeah, there has to be a woodsman somewhere because it's even though it's a fable about animals, there always has to be like the evil woodsman with his axe.
He's the bad guy?
Yeah.
I don't actually remember, now that I think of it, I don't really remember how Goldilocks goes. She shows up, she eats their shit.
Okay, and then she runs into a man in the woods. It's not going to end well for her.
Oh,
okay,
man.
Yeah.
She was the first Karen, the world's first Karen. She called the cops and they were chewing too loud and their food was delicious. Yeah, this one was just right. Why are the parents here to eat their own food? But no, I'm actually really excited about this show, man. We are doing 3 guests tonight, man. 3 hilarious guests. First up, returning stand-up comic, hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Joe DeSantis. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely, man.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. And also, first-time guest and hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Andreas Pacheco. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
Absolutely. And another returning guest, another hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Gastor Almonte. Thank you for being back.
It means a little less when you say it for all 3 of us, you know.
Yes.
I appreciate it. But,
yes, I genuinely appreciate all you guys being here.
Doesn't sound. No, it doesn't sound.
You know, right?
All right, fine. We're making it a Squid Game, and there's only going to be one of you by the end of the first question. I have honeycombs and some pins. We're going to get drunk, and then you have to play the honeycomb game. Even fucking harder when you're seeing triple.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I have 2 drinks.
Needle the star in the middle, Rock. Needle the one in the middle. Yeah. But I am super excited about this show. We are going to take our first question real quick from the Wild Animals on Reddit. But first, let's hear a little bit from our somewhat sort of sponsors. We are drinking tonight. What is this? Epic Run Sauvignon Blanc. Do you need a really good Sauvignon Blanc that you can run with? Too many Sauvignon Blancs, you're like, this is good, but I couldn't run the New York Marathon while drinking it.
Can't carry it.
You know? It gets
Not enough electrolytes.
Right. There's no electrolytes.
Camel packs. You pop.
Yeah.
Couple ice cubes.
Yeah, most of the time when you see people getting those little cups of stuff in the marathons, it's barely ever run. Only when it's what? Epic Run. The official Sauvignon Blanc of the New York Marathon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Goes good in tiny little cups to hand people, you know? Delicious flavors of pink grapefruit, white peach, and lemon sorbet. Perfect with seafood, salads, and good friends, especially when running 26 miles or whatever that is. I think, Suzanne, is it 26?
Yeah, it's 26.2, and I can say that there was one time I was running the Chicago Marathon, and it was like towards the end. It was probably like mile 24, and there was these people. They were just supporters, but they had this. They were like free beer, and they're giving out just little cups of beer, not a lot. But
Are you shitting me?
No, and I was like,
Wow.
I'll have that.
Wow.
And so again, it was like a shot of beer, but still, it was just the gesture. You know, I had a tear in my eye after that. It's just the love that is coming out of these people. But I can also guarantee, because the New York Marathon isn't this weekend, it's next weekend, and our apartment's actually on the route. Maybe I'll get myself some Epic Run handed out to the runners as they go. Yeah.
Why not?
I would drink this after a physical exercise.
I was
gotta
going to say,
do
if
it.
you said marathon, I was not believing that whatsoever.
I got winded getting here, and it's a ground floor apartment.
I heard you going there, but like you made a good self-edit there. Like, I was
A
like,
bottle of Epic Run and then do squats.
Yeah. He had an epic stumble from the Astoria Boulevard stop. Epic Run, the official Sauvignon Blanc of any marathon. Now let's take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. My fiance made new swinger friends, cheated on me, and then asked me to reclaim her. So my fiance just moved to a new apartment and made friends with a couple who lived in the same block. I'm 25 and she's 27. One night she asked me if I ever wondered about missing out on having other sexual partners besides her because we got together very young. I said, of course not. She then suggested maybe we could become swingers. I said it's not for me and it will never be for me. Later on, I had to leave for a work trip. On the day that I returned, she sent me a weird text message saying, I can't wait for you to reclaim me. And I thought she was sexting, so I replied in kind. When I got home, she was all over me. When we reached the bedroom, she said that she was feeling so close to me and that she knew I would be up for it. I said, up for what? And she said, to reclaim me. After I had sex with someone else, it increases the love between a couple, and my friends told me that. At this point, I was shocked beyond belief. She then told me that her swinger friends had told her that after a couple has sex with other people, they then make love with each other and reclaim their love. And she had just had a threesome with her friends. So she was very excited for me to reclaim her. I told her to get her stuff, and if she didn't leave immediately, I called the police. I dialed 911, and she left crying. The next morning at 10 a.m., the bell rings, and she was there with her swinger friends who tried to convince me that I was not seeing the full picture and that it's very romantic to reclaim your partner after a threesome. Blah, blah, blah.
What?
Since then, she's been telling me that she's cut all contact with these people and has started going to therapy. It's now been 6 months since this incident, and she wants me back. I did really love her, and we were engaged. Should I give her a second chance? So what's interesting about this question to me is that I've never heard the phrase reclaim, like in a swinger. Have you guys ever heard that?
Is that like an opposite of a fast or something? Like just have a whole bunch of sex and then like, now me and you are gonna make love.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really.
It feels very much to me like when they landed on the moon and put the American flag in it. Like, and it's almost like misogynistic in a way of like, why as a woman are you like, oh, reclaim me? Like, I'm not property. Like, what are you talking about?
There's a lot of guys out there that are like, damn, can we get her number? Or
Yeah.
I'm sure they're like, oh.
But also the
know.
other thing I love about this question is that, so she basically says, she decides on her own that she's going to be a swinger and kind of is like doing the backdoor method, right? She's like, how about I swing first, tell him later, know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
she
You
does.
ask forgiveness and permission.
Yeah, and then she comes over with her swinger friends, and they're like, dude, come on, we all swing, what's up? And he's like, this is not my MO. I don't know, I mean, do you think that, so what do you guys think? Like, do you think there's a chance that he should take her back?
I would say no. If you want to have fun with her, and if she's cool with it, go crazy, but I don't know, because it's like he already had these boundaries and she kind of crossed them and
yeah, I mean she
without him knowing, so already that's one.
Yeah. You know what, that word is really important because I say it all the time to drunk people at the bar because I'm a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy relationships are built on healthy boundaries.
Oh, you're that bartender.
I'm that bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm also the one who gets people hammered and stuff.
Yeah.
This boundary's
like. Come in here for some rosé. Like.
This boundary's like the border wall.
I gotta come to her defense a little bit here. So I agree they shouldn't be together, but also she ain't really lied. Like she brought up a question. He didn't ask any counter questions, but clearly your wife has questions.
Yeah.
Like, you don't throw that question out there and just end the conversation with, like, no, and I'll never be into it. You also ask, why? Are you thinking about it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He never countered.
He did drop the ball.
He just dropped the ball on that.
Well, that's a guy thing. A lot of times they like later on he's gonna be like, wait, what? What just happened?
Yeah.
But I think you're bringing up a good point because, he says he's very clear that they got together very young. And so therefore they didn't have a lot of sexual partners. Right. And he wasn't even like, like you said, I mean, there's two people, well, I mean, you can have more people in a relationship. But, it's
him.
Yeah, it's and he said he wasn't even like, okay, like, let's try it. Like, he was just like, no, and like, do you want some ice cream? And then like stomped off into the living room.
Even that would have been
Yeah.
fine. Do
Yeah.
more ice cream instead of the other part.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a better option. He
Yeah.
didn't give her that.
Yeah.
So I'm cool
Fucking
with you.
better Jerry.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't want any part of this right now.
that'd have been better. I'm saying, like, I'm cool with you saying I don't like it, but ask her why does she need that, and then figure out if there's an alternative that works for you. Maybe you feed her the ice cream. I don't know. Maybe, but I'm just saying there's other things you could have offered besides not even bringing up discussions of why she needs the thing. And then afterwards, she never hit it. She did the thing, gave you the option to take part in the next step of the process that doesn't involve him smashing other couples. She did that part. Clearly, you had a problem with it. Right.
That's true. In terms of dudes who've ever gotten cheated on, this guy had the most red flags. His entire life is a fucking Wile E. Coyote episode. Do you know what I mean? She was like, I'm gonna go suck someone else's dick. Meet. And just, it wasn't enough for this fucking dude. He couldn't get. This wasn't even a hint, buddy. She was like, I'm gonna fuck somebody with or without you.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like you said, didn't even offer ice cream, didn't even offer the new Ben and Jerry's flavor, healthy alternative to cheating. This happened. This happened to Jerry. Jerry was like, I'm gonna help other dudes like me back in the day, and he didn't do anything. And the reclaim shit, I don't know, man. Swingers have different ways of talking. I just don't know a lot of it. Either that or these two just made it up.
It's deeply indicative of a communication breakdown, this whole thing, okay? So obviously there's a lot going on here where their relationship communication avenues are not open. The channels are not there. So that's a problem. That's something that people work on. Usually before they have extramarital stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, they got together early, but they're married, or are they not?
No. So sorry, so they're engaged though.
Okay, so this is like, so again, it's a huge thing. Also, better to get it over with now than find out down the road that your wife's sucking your neighbor's dick.
Yeah.
But more so, like he says, she's in therapy now. She has been for 6 months.
Well, that's
therapy takes a lot more time than just 6 months to work when you're talking about reprogramming your core communication values.
And in therapy, she might learn that she didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
That
Yeah.
she just
Yeah.
likes
She's
the things
doing
she's
fine.
doing.
That's what I was
You
gonna
know?
say.
Yeah.
It's almost
And
like
there's a swinger etiquette too.
Yeah.
You know?
The way-
Sure.
My
Yeah.
only issue with her so far is that she didn't say, I want to reclaim your wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have made me happy.
Yeah, like a Greenpeace person or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to save the redwoods.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let
Also,
her jump on that tree.
I've met some polyamory people, and the people that works for really do so much fucking work to keep that going. It's almost not even really worth it
Yeah,
for
it's
how
like-
much extra shit that goes into a relationship.
That's why they have to have other goofy vocabulary that none of us know.
Yeah.
That's why their sex life is like reading that book Dune, to where they have to have a glossary in the back of made up space terminology, like this that Frank Herbert made, like a fake Neil deGrasse Tyson or something. That's every time they want to take their pants off. It's just exhausting. Just have sex with your wife, and then when she's not around, close your eyes and pretend you're fucking somebody else. I don't know if you need to. I don't know, but hey,
do
man,
the thing you do. I'm just saying, talk about it.
You gotta be open. And,
you got to be on the same
yeah.
page. Yeah.
Do what I do.
You know.
Hang out in the bathrooms at Penn Station. See what happens.
Some of the best and worst times I've ever had were in the
Don't-
bathrooms
don't
of Penn
do that.
Station.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
That sounds terrible.
Don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think for me, I think my final advice to this person is yes, your relationship is doomed, but because
Because of you.
because of you, because I agree with what Gastor said. I think that she's treating therapy almost like like gay conversion therapy. I think she's gonna go to therapy and be like, yeah, like I'm kind of like an open person and I'm totally fine with this idea. So therefore, their relationship is never going to work because he is obviously a monogamous person, which is also totally fine.
yeah.
She wants to be a swinger, also fine. And so I think so he's saying, oh, should I give her a second chance? No. But then, and just say that to her, and also maybe don't be a dick, and just say to her, it's okay if you're a swinger. Like, there's no slut shaming here. Like, there's no crying and slut shaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing she did was she had 2 dicks.
So. Yeah.
That's not slut. That's 2 dicks.
Yeah.
That's a weekend for some people. That's a day for some people. That's
I mean,
an hour for
that's
some
just
people.
me getting the
And that's
that's
still-
just me getting the steak out of my teeth. You
So-
know what I'm saying? Like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how Amy gets. That's how my wife gets the steak out of hers, because mine can fit in between teeth. They called me the dental pick in college. They were very hurtful. Very hurtful.
Mean spirited.
Yeah. So what any other final advice for this guy?
Man, try some stuff, dude. No, you gotta at least keep up with the learning curve of everybody else you're with. You know, he's a young guy.
Yeah.
Dude, try some stuff.
25 and 27. They've got some time to...
I got my favorite foods. I don't diversify much on what I eat, but I still read the menu.
Yeah.
Okay?
That is
That's what you gotta
excellent,
do.
Yeah.
Read the menu. See what's out there. Discuss it. Talk about it. And if you want something, great. If you don't, you don't. But at least you know what's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But although it would be so cute though if like further on down the line he decides he's into orgies, goes to an orgy party, they make eye
and it's
contact
like a
across
meet
the
cute.
room.
Oh, it's in Seattle. Only
If you like pina coladas, then grab a condom and lube.
There's people that like buffets all the time, and there's people that just like, regular order from the menu all the time, and then there's people that like a little bit of both. And
Yeah.
I have a healthy appetite. That's all I have to say.
Well, you do you, sir. Sounds amazing. Yeah. Well, perfect. I think we answered that question.
Yes. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you have a question to write it to Love Gurus podcast, write it to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, join us live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, unless I'm having tech problems, which I was tonight. Then it might be a little bit later. But for now, we are going to take another question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. My mom left my dad and cleaned out their accounts. I'm 32 and my mother just cleaned out her and my dad's bank accounts and left. My mom is 55 and my dad is 60 now and has no way to pay the bills. We don't know where she is and she's not contacted me since she left. She's on disability for mental illness and my father provided for her for the last 10 years since she's been jobless.
I hope she's at the same orgy as the last lady. I hope she was like, I'm taking a page out of Linda's book. I'm doing the opposite. I'm not telling my wife or our 8 kids fucking nothing.
Last week, my mother told me that she didn't love my father anymore and that he was holding her back. I think that she was just trying to excuse herself for blaming people around her. Even if she did need some space and leave, my dad's a reasonable guy and wouldn't have forced her to stay. But instead of working out a solution rationally, she just decided to cut and run and take every cent that she could get her hands on without telling anyone. Not only does this leave my dad in a financial bind, but me as well, as he helps pay my bills. I haven't heard from her since all this happened. But she posted music on Spotify within the last few days, so I know that she's out there. Unfortunately,
Yo, shouts to your mom for springing for the premium plan.
Yeah.
I like that. No commercials with that.
Oh my god.
at this point, I don't even know if it's a good idea to contact her because I'm just so upset about the whole situation. She was never a great mother anyway, and I would never expect her to do something like this. My feelings towards her are bordering upon hatred and resentment. So, my question is, what do I do in this situation? Do I reach out and try to contact her, or just totally cut her out from my life? I mean, okay. Again, one thing that we like to point out in this podcast is that I'm not saying it's a good thing to take all of your husband's money and leave, but I'm saying that there is definitely some bias in this question for the one sentence of, oh my dad pays my bills too. And so
soft, dude.
yeah. Oh no, I can't pay my bills. And so, whatever.
Seems like you're taking a lot of stuff very personally that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. So again, maybe there's circumstances behind it, whatever. But it's, so she's. But again, so if a woman, and she's kind of like saying, oh well, if she's got mental illness, and maybe she does. But to me, there's also another aspect of this. There's a woman who's in a relationship, who's deeply unhappy, has no way to get out. She obviously doesn't have a job. Her husband does. And she's like, this is my chance. I'm just going to clean out this bank account and move to fucking Washington State and, live in wherever. Just because, I don't know. Again, I think that the daughter and this dad might be evil people.
It sounds like she was the accountant.
The daughter was? Yeah.
No, the mom, yeah. And she was just like, screw this, I'm taking it all, I'm leaving. Yeah, well, it says she says that she was on disability for mental illness, which, again, that could be, pretty serious, certainly. Yeah,
so, again, that's what makes the whole thing, that's the real complicated part, because up until that, she's pretty pissed that her mom took all her dad's money. Well, why? And then, dad pays my bills. Okay, so now I understand why you're taking it so personally. Fine. Yeah. But the mental illness disability thing is that's a very serious thing, and drastic behavior is not uncommon with people who are having a schizophrenic break, for example, or some kind of severe mental illness moment.
It's true. I once heard Dr. Phil say, crazy people sometimes do crazy things. My ex-wife was batshit off her rocker. She took all my Oprah money. My daughter was so upset because she's as greedy as her whore mother. It doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?
Well, that could also be going on here. Is that baby wants daddy's money, and now mama took baby's money away. like I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but it sounds deeply problematic. I do want to know that if Go On Take the Money and Run is on the playlist.
This lady's trash. Alright? And I'm not talking about the mother, I'm talking about the kid.
The kid, yeah.
The kid is trash.
Yeah,
You're old enough to pay your bills, figure that out. This is a wake-up call for you.
Mm-hmm.
Check in on your dad, make sure that he's going to be able to figure out how to pay his bills. Because you said he can't, which doesn't make sense because the money's there, and I didn't get the impression he's not working.
Yeah.
So double check on his well-being. He's there. He's provided for you. But you're an adult now. Man up. Handle your shit. Your mom, I don't like this crazy talk. I don't believe she's crazy like that. I think everybody has mental health issues of some sort. If the craziest shit your mom did was take $50,000 and spend her free time making Spotify playlists, she's fine.
That doesn't sound crazy.
Like,
that doesn't sound
nothing about
crazy
this
at all.
sounds crazy. She needed space because the freaking overbearing kid is still living and mooching off of them. Yeah. So she said, fuck it, I'm getting away. She got a little condo in Phoenix. Alright? She's in her one bedroom right now making dope playlists. And that's what she's doing with her free time. You can still contact her. That doesn't sound crazy at all.
Yeah.
If you still have access to this lady, how wild is this plan? I don't know. I think the kid is trash. You got time to be on Reddit, so your life still can't be in that big of a disaster.
Yeah.
Alright? You update your streets. Alright? You still fine. You good.
But it's also like, again, like she's sort of like, oh, like, how dare she do this again? Like, to me, like, she's motivated by money, and so she's like, well, I'm gonna take away my presents from my mother, and that's gonna teach her, and then she's gonna give this money back. And it's like, well, yeah, like, I agree with you. I think the fact that this is a wake-up call, that, to me, the mother just sounds like a caged bird that finally got out, that flew the coop, you know? And so, yeah, again, like, she is probably totally hamming it up in Phoenix, probably just got herself on Tinder, she's got some money, she needed to get out of this.
Got a podcast that's killing it.
Straight up, yo.
It's, I think, and I this thing about, like, mental illness, again, like, yeah, maybe she is having, like, a manic episode, but also at the same time, again, it's like, what also can cause mental illness is, like, a really fucking shitty relationship where you just are, like, tortured for years. So, like...
Yo, wherever you at, my name is Gastor Almonte. You can email me. I'm going to personally call the front desk of that shitty hotel you in. And on me, I'll promise you, I will pay for 3 mimosas.
Oh, hell yeah.
A day for the first week you out there.
Oh, wow. Very good.
21 mimosas on me because you deserve it, lady. 55, you made your run for it.
Hell
you can reclaim your life. You still got 20, 30 years of happiness ahead of you. Fuck that kid. You don't need that.
I'm gonna put a cherry on top of that. I'm kind of into older ladies, especially crazy ones with a bunch of money. I'll come help you drink those mimosas. Reach out to me.
Offer has now been reduced to 14 mimosas.
All right.
I don't want you making bad decisions out there, okay? So I'm going to give you 2 mimosas a day so that when he shows up, you can decide soberly if you want to take part.
I'll buy the rest of the mimosas.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm a gentleman.
That's a mutual decision.
Throw a Bloody Mary in there, too.
I do love that every dude on this podcast is a comic looking for an older sugar mama who's on the lam with stolen money.
Offering. I'm supporting
That's what I grew up with, man.
They're looking. I'm on board.
I mean, wait, does it say anything in there about, like, did the father do anything shitty to her? I mean,
he's paid bills.
Yeah, it seems like he's just doing his own shit too. It seems like he's got nothing.
I'm kind of on the father's side. I'm definitely against the girl who wrote the question, but, like, I don't see why she didn't mention a good reason for the mother to leave, but she also didn't say that there wasn't a good reason for her to leave. It seems like whoever wrote the question is so wrapped up in her own shit that she's not worried about her mom.
Yeah,
she's not worried about her dad who lost so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I don't know if I so far I'm more on the dad's side than anybody. But then again, if
the daughter's clearly shit.
I mean, maybe
So
the
I don't
dad
wanna
wants to hang
escape
out and
the
drink
daughter.
some beers. I'll hang out with a sad old guy too.
I think they're both
20 more mimosas for you
Yeah.
too, my G.
Yeah,
Call me
yeah.
up. I got you.
we're gonna
Mimosa
yeah.
money on me.
Here's my little
Epic
conspiracy
run.
theory.
Epic run.
Yeah.
I think yes,
Run.
epic run. Yes, you should buy some epic run. Tell your father to get some epic run and run far the fuck away from you. Here's what I think it is. You know how they say in divorces, oh, it's not the kid's fault. I think it's her fault. Here's what I think it is. I think the dad and the mom were like, I kind of want to escape, and the other one was like, I do too. But they're like, who's gonna do it first? And they're like, but we can't leave the kid alone. But I do hate the kid more than I love you. And so they each knew they were each gonna fly the cuckoo's nest. And so they were like, who's gonna do it first? And it was like a Mexican standoff on who's gonna take all that fucking money and get away from this shit selfish kid. Wah wah wah. And it was the good, the bad, and the ugly. You, madam, are the bad.
Amen.
Your father is.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of your parents is the
Ugly.
bad or the ugly.
Yeah.
I think they're both ugly. Here's the thing. I don't think there's any good guys in this story. I don't think there's any good guys here because you have one dad who clearly doesn't. He cares about the money more than his wife. You have a mother who cares more about her than anyone, and you also care more about you than anyone. So I'm kind of like, I sort of wish an anvil would fall on all three of them at the same time. If I could do that, like in Looney Tunes, I would just get them together, like, I'm Dr. Phil, we're gonna get this. Oh, I'm not Dr. Phil. And then I pull the fucking thing on the chandelier and it'll crash on all of them.
Stay in Phoenix, get drunk, write the new Eat, Pray, Love. All right? Do it up out there. It's your time.
Yeah, I agree. That's my final advice for this person is listen, it's your mom's time. You need to sort your shit out. So worry about yourself, and then check in on your dad and just let
hang
your
out
mom
at the
fly.
bar at a country club, meet a nice older guy who's just like whatever, maybe he's a Mormon. I don't know. I'm just
Mormon.
change it all up entirely.
That's true. If the dude's a Mormon and one wife runs away, you know what I mean? Who gives a fuck?
Who
He's
gives
still
a
got
shit?
4 left.
How many wives
that's a
got
lot
run
of
away
work,
before
too.
you chase them if you're a Mormon?
I don't know if it's like a cat. It's 8. You know? Yeah. You got 9 wives.
9 wives.
Yeah. You got 9 wives.
So you wait till you're down in your bottom, or do you wait till this break even?
Ooh, let's see.
Oh shit, we under 50%.
I feel like
Okay,
one of
we
the
go.
other bigamists in the group would be like, "Hey, Ezekiel, we've been noticing your wives keep
Yeah.
running away.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?"
Yeah, I don't want
I
other
feel like
bigamists
somebody
talking
would
shit
get
about me.
involved.
And here's what I loved about being a bigamist back when I had 17 wives.
Sure.
Is like women don't have a lot of access to the bank accounts in those situations. Not on the compound. If any of them tries to take so much as silverware, I mean they get they get mowed down.
Things get
As
weird
if they
after
were
all.
feds coming in trying to fucking take our land. Not on the compound, you don't. So they can't. I mean, they don't have
That should be a
access.
the marriage
Not on the
counselor.
compound.
Yeah, It's-
Also, just in general, I think every person in a relationship should have 6 months emergency money in a
Yes.
private account.
Yeah,
Everybody
like
should.
a to-go bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you should
yeah,
always
like a go
have
bag.
it. Be ready because shit happens. Not even on some dirty shit. Like when someone dies and that person had everything in their
That's
name,
true.
you don't know how to
Yeah.
figure shit out for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could pay bills until you work shit out with the bank to free up the money. If you're
Yeah.
in a relationship, 6 months cash should be in your name, the other person's name, the 4 of y'all's names. I don't care how many of y'all are in it, but each
Yeah.
of
You know,
you need that. So
yeah.
you can
Life
figure shit
insurance
out.
policies.
Regular people for sure,
I do-
especially people in like alternative lifestyle
Yeah.
arrangements and stuff, queer people and whatever, because the law has not caught up yet. So
Or
There's a doghouse in the backyard with money in there. Make sure you know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
do
it's
like
because
that
you don't, that's
ideally,
what I'm
but
Yeah.
for me and my wife, we collectively only have 2 weeks of emergency money. I have no idea what we're going to do, even though we're staying together. It's a fucking nightmare.
You guys are in trouble.
I just know that shit ain't automatic. Like, shit,
Yeah.
like if I die,
Yeah.
Chase ain't giving my wife the money tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like she gonna have to send paperwork. She gonna have to prove shit. My dad's gonna probably do some weird scams and like that birth certificate from another country and try to take my money. You know? So she gonna need to fight for my cash. So in the meantime, there should be money she has that's just under her name that I don't need to know about, so that she can support shit until then. Also, if God forbid I was some crazy dude, she could bounce. You
Yeah.
don't gotta figure out what to do in that moment. You got the cash, do it. You shouldn't have to make decisions because of the lack of money. Being in a situation like this shitty kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason
Fear-based
being is
decision
evil.
making makes things so much worse
Yeah.
when you're in a panic.
If this
Yeah.
kid has 6 months worth of rent, we wouldn't even be seeing this Reddit post right now.
Yeah.
You know, this would have
Yeah.
been like a remark she made at the Sizzler or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, she totally goes to the Sizzler.
I
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Well, yeah, perfect. I think we answered that question.
Absolutely. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions to the loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com or comment live on YouTube at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh, Brendan on YouTube says, "Yo, Joe." Shout out for Joe on the in the live chat there.
Brendan!
Yeah. But come join us in the live chat. So we're late again tonight, people. I couldn't figure out my fucking camera as per usual. But we're gonna take another one from the wild animals on
right.
Reddit. Woo!
Next question. A friend of mine has slept with multiple soon-to-be mothers, and now I'm wondering if I should tell their partners. So I have this friend who's 27. We'll call him Arthur.
That's my dad's
Nobody.
name.
I already got nobody named Arthur
Yeah.
sleeping with multiple women, right?
Arthur, you fucked too many women this fucking weekend.
Unless it's Russell Brand in that remake.
Yes, yeah.
My dad
Flag
had
with a
family.
Arthur's fucked.
Arthur, who is Arthur, who's been sleeping around quite a bit since his breakup a few months ago.
He's a
There's
peanut.
no problem with that whatsoever. What does make me worry is that the women that he's been sleeping with are already pregnant. One of them just gave birth in January and still lives with her boyfriend. The other one is a woman who's pregnant and got married 2 weeks after the first time they slept together. Even after the marriage, they continued to sleep together a couple times. I'm personally struggling with the fact of knowing all of this and not knowing whether I should tell their significant others of the cheating. My relationship with Arthur has faded for reasons unrelated to this, but if I do tell the partners and Arthur finds out that I've told them his secret and therefore ruined their marriage relationship, he might try to lash out at me. I could also do it anonymously. Should I tell the partners? This sounds like a case of none of your damn business. None of your damn business.
I'm not sure exactly what the question is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is, so there's this guy who has a friend, Arthur. Arthur went through a breakup, but Arthur's kink after the breakup wasn't just to sleep with women.
Pregnant women.
It was to sleep with pregnant women.
Oh,
Yeah, great. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see
So-
any problem so far.
But these pregnant women were in other relationships. So this friend has now put a crown on his own head, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and said, "Oh, well, I think I should be the one to be responsible and tell the partners of
None of
the
your fucking
cheating."
business, dude.
Whereas
Yeah.
it had absolutely nothing to do with the situation at all.
Yeah, none of your fucking
Does
business.
he like Arthur or something? What's going on?
No, if those women want to have an extramarital affair with Arthur, I
Yeah.
don't see how it has anything to do with this fucking guy. I think he's a little jealous.
Yeah,
Come on, be Arthur.
I must
Yeah.
I would say that you cannot tell me that Arthur does not have game, right? Like
Oh.
these women who are pregnant.
He's overcoming the name Arthur.
Yeah.
That alone, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Now he's doing it.
It's like these women who are they're pregnant, they're already uncomfortable. He's obviously not meeting him at a bar. They're
Maybe-
probably not drunk.
maybe-
And he just was meeting him at the grocery store hey. And they're yeah.
Maybe Arthur's a gynecologist or something. 'Cause they're all
That's the
pregnant or
only way that a
something.
dude named Arthur sees vagina
Yeah.
anywhere is if he medically has to potentially save a woman's life.
Yo.
Will you show your pussy to a guy named Arthur? No. What if it might be cancer? Maybe. What if it's probably cancer? Is he the
Maybe
only
Art-
specialist? Is he really
He's
the
not-
best one?
He's not
All
using
right.
his real name. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's true. I like that
Yeah.
he's because this is the guy that doesn't like him for all this. So it's no fuck.
This
I'm
guy's
not.
name is definitely Stefan or
Yeah,
something.
it's
Yeah.
like Bruce or Vinny or
Yeah.
Vinny fucks a lot of pregnant
Vinny
women,
fucks a
but
lot of
Vinny's a
The guy that's
dick. So
telling
I'm
on
gonna
him.
call him something very
Yeah.
shitty. Yeah.
That's
Even when
telling
you,
on him, yeah.
even if you shorten it and are a famous musician, no one even wanted to fuck Art Garfunkel
Oh,
in
yeah.
his prime, dude. They wanted to fuck Simon.
Why?
Yeah.
He's so short.
I don't know, man. Dude, Simon's the one out of the two, man. They're
Dude.
going for Art Come on,
Art Garfunkel's got some stuff going on.
He-
He bought a fish stick company.
He bought a fish stick company.
I'm kidding. That's a real.
Not even a normal fish company, a fish stick company. Jesus Christ, Art
Normal
Gar- how the mighty have fallen. Paul Simon is selling out Central Park. He literally packs every square of Central Park to see a live concert for solo stuff. and Art Garfunkel is selling fish sticks.
But you don't know how many
know what?
fish sticks.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
yeah, it could
I
be
think
good.
you guys are underestimating how many Catholic schools sell fish sticks. You know,
Yeah.
during Lent,
So
you gotta get those fish. You can't give the kids the meat, so fish sticks. So maybe he's trying to hone in on that Catholic school market. Know what I'm
Big fact.
saying?
Quite possible.
You got the whole year
It's his
off. You work
Dogecoin.
40 days, you got 300, 25 off?
Yeah,
Right, you guys get through
$8 a fish stick. That sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah. Solid money. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but so,
Sound financial decision by Art Garfunkel is the answer to that question.
so what? So going back to this. Oh, but okay.
But even if Art Garfunkel did make a lot of money with fish sticks, his wife would just take it all and run off to an orgy or something.
His
I
whole
think that's
life
what
was kind
happened.
of sad from what I understand.
So
Has someone left you for an orgy? Like, I feel like that's a big thing for you today, man.
I may be the guy from the last question. Yeah, that's from my previous relationship. They leave me for orgies. They leave me for Tinder. They leave me just to hopefully meet a dude buy bar clothes. So they leave me for all kinds of shit.
But here's the question though. Going back to this, so this person who's, I think that we're all in agreement that again, whatever, get off of your your high horse. Like this situation has obviously nothing ever to do with you.
Yeah.
But in a situation, have you personally ever been in a situation where someone was cheating and you felt like it was something that you had to say something on? I personally have never been in that situation where I knew someone was cheating. And I thought, it's my place to go up to the
Not
other.
unless I know the other party.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really the only
Yeah.
difference maker. If I don't know the adults involved in the other relationship, meaning like if Arthur were my friend and he's cheating with the pregnant lady I don't know, and I don't know the pregnant lady or the husband, none of that's my place.
Yeah.
Now, as my boy, if Arthur's my man's, and I like to think we got similar ethics and moral compasses since we're friends, I'd probably pull him aside and say, yo, is this something that has changed about you?
Right,
I wanna
totally
know
get
Yeah,
that.
you might
Totally
talk about
get
that
it.
with your friend casually, but you're never ever gonna bring that up to a stranger.
Yeah, that's
hey,
our own place.
hey, your
Yeah.
baby mama's fucking my friend.
Yeah.
Hi, dude. In
That's-
what world do you not get punched for that?
If I was
Even
Arthur's
if it's
friend,
true.
I wouldn't even be putting this shit on Reddit in case his wife, or in
Yeah.
case these dudes are on Reddit.
That's just wild.
Idiot.
But yeah, I would talk with my man like, yo, I didn't know you did that. And because all I'm getting from this is that this is something he wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Right? So if it
objects
bothers
to the
your
ethics
moral
of it,
compass,
Yeah.
don't chill with a dude that does that. I
Yeah.
get that. You're allowed to say, you know what, Arthur, I can't be your friend because you do something I don't agree with.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. But going the extra step of interfering with those other relationships, that's not your place. You don't even know if those women have talked with those guys.
Yeah.
Yo, listen,
Oh, that's
honey.
a good point.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yo, I need some extra dick on the side. I've been hearing this dude Arthur, he's popping in the streets. You know what I mean? At the pregnant group, the Lamaze class, all the moms are talking about Arthur's dick. I gotta get it.
Yeah.
So like whatever it is, you don't know that dynamic. You don't know what you messing up. That could be their arrangement, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I understand you having that stance in that I don't agree with it. And if that's the case, you cut your relationship off with Arthur. But you don't interfere with what Arthur got going on with those women.
Yeah.
It's not your place.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't know. Like you said, those women can be going back to be reclaimed.
Yeah.
After Arthur, they could be reclaiming
Yeah,
them
it could
from
be
Arthur.
reclaimed
More
territory.
wood
Yeah.
out there, baby.
Right, exactly. And you don't necessarily want to tell on your friend if you don't know the other people involved.
I'm gonna start calling that guy Cecil because it sounds like Cecil is cruising for an ass kicking. Either
Cecil-
from Arthur
Cecil deserves to get
or
his
from
ass kicked.
some other guy.
Yeah.
But Cecil is a fucking busybody and needs to shut the fuck up.
It's just like
maybe they're all having an orgy and they just want Cecil out of it.
yeah.
Maybe that's what
Cecil, see your fucking way out of this fuck pile.
They just don't want him in there involved.
100%. No, yeah, I mean, I had a friend of mine who's a comic. I don't want to say his name, but like sometimes he used to, like you said, if somebody's doing shady shit, just maybe don't be around him. Like he used to come up to me sometimes and be like, "Hey Jake, I got this lady coming over, and I was gonna make her go sleep and have a good time." And I was like, "All right, well, I kind of want to tell people, but like, I don't want to be a snitch. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm gonna hang out with this. We'll call him Will. We'll call him Will Bosby. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Will Bosby was a shady
God.
fucking dude.
But you know, because that person's moral compass is different than yours. Doesn't even make it wrong. It's just
Right.
it's not yours.
Right.
You don't vibe with that. Don't chill with that person no more. Or don't chill in environments where that's going to be a thing that comes up and it bothers you. I got plenty of friends that I don't 100% agree with. But if there's a person that like does something that completely goes against who I am as a person, that's not my friend. It's a person I've heard of.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I was married to a vegetarian for years. I love bacon. You can get over disagreements and like whatever moral standpoints is whatever. It's not, but
unless y'all work at like Babies R Us and this comes up every day,
Yeah.
I don't see why there's a problem. Is he like seeing all the pregnant women in the world and constantly like hitting on them and throwing that in your face?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a thing that you could ignore if this is a valued friendship. And if it's not, then move on.
Yeah.
But telling the chicks and telling that lady's husband, that's madness. It's not your business, B. Stay out of that.
hell no.
Yeah, I agree.
Imagine getting your ass kicked by 3.5 people.
In Texas, you got your ass kicked by 4 people just
Perfect. Well, I think we answered that question. Should we go to last question?
Yes. Last question on the Love Gurus Podcast. People, if you got a question to write into the Love Gurus Podcast, write it to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. But for now, we're going to take our final question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Last question. My husband said that he only dated me because I was a dancer in high school, but I didn't live up to expectations. I'm 28 and my husband is 29. We've known each other since high school, but didn't start dating until my final year of college. We were close in high school, but then separated in college because I stayed local, he moved away. He now works at a firm and I'm a clerk in an office. College was tough because my mom died during my sophomore year, but that's when he reached out to me and reminded that he was my best friend. He flew out to see me, to be there for the funeral, and came out numerous times. That's how we reconnected, and then we started dating my last year of college. However, I've been struggling with something he said recently during our 6th anniversary dinner, where he admitted the reason he asked me out was because I was a gymnast/dancer in high school. He also had a smirk while explaining it, despite my surprise. He said that the funeral provided a chance to reach out, but when we were in high school, he would sometimes get off to gymnastics photos because the outfits, and he said it was like free porn. And he always joked that the only reason guys wanted to watch gymnastics is because it's totally hot. When I asked him why he was telling me this, he said it's because he had a few kinks in mind, but he couldn't bring himself to ever ask me, and he didn't know if I had lost my flexibility or not. I honestly felt degraded in the moment, and he said that our marriage didn't live up to what he thought it would be in the beginning. Am I worried and upset? Should I stay with him? All of these things are taking me out of left field. What should I do? I don't know. I mean, I think she's kind of freaking out. Like, again, I'm not saying that I watch this, but isn't that why, like, you know, people watch gymnastics and ballet and dancing and the LA Laker girls for a reason, right? Or am I off base here?
The physical aesthetic, the physical beauty is something that everybody's
maybe not
aware of.
gymnastics so much, but
gymnastics doesn't do that. I'm legitimately like, oh, that's fucking incredible. I wish I could do that.
It's
Laker
more
girls, I get that, but gymnastics, I'm blown away. You see somebody do 4 fucking flips and you're concentrating on a titty?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong? That is insanity.
Even as a
Everybody has their thing. I mean,
that lady broke gravity and you're focused on measure. Like, what are you looking at right now? That is insane. No, but
I'm with this dude. Even when I was a 10-year-old in the 90s and that girl broke her ankle on the Wheaties box, I popped my first boner. I was like, I don't know what this is.
Well, like, I'm not
I
against her. I'm not against you saying
there.
I find gymnasts cute. I'm saying that I don't look at gymnastics because they're like, it turns me on. With that said, I'm on board with the dude coming forward with this. I'm on board with that being the reason you hit on her. Shoot is shoot. You got a kink. You see someone that fits that, and you think it worked. Dope. The only thing this dude did wrong is wait 10 years to admit a kink with your partner. You should have told her from jump, hey, yo, listen, this is how I get off. Do it like ease them into it. Maybe say, like, oh, yo, can you wear leggings before we get started or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, work your way into that.
Yeah.
But, like, if this is a kink and you're in a relationship and then you're married, you guys should be, like, game to do whatever the hell the other person is into after a discussion.
It spices up the relationship.
Yeah.
It makes it different. And she's like, wow, I didn't know you this way. And it doesn't seem that bad. I mean,
it seems to me that there's some insecurity that she's dealing with that puts this conversation into a context that makes her feel uncomfortable or whatever. But in a grander context, first of all, dude, men think in a kind of a linear way. So extrapolating on what he's thinking or what he means by that is probably a mistake because he probably told you what he meant. I was
thinks
attracted
you're hot
to-
still.
Yeah, I think
Just
you're hot.
go with it.
And your flexibility is attractive to me, and I'm into that kind of, and I want to turn you into a pretzel.
And
I think her getting
you can get that back.
reactive is just, yeah,
Yes.
it's just some...
Start stretching. That's
Yeah.
that's all he's asking.
Yeah.
Let's get back and get the foam roller out. You know, just say, yo, give me 3 weeks. I gotta get that back, and you good. The only L he did here is the relationship's been a disappointment. I can see that
Yeah.
being an L.
Right.
And I still think that's just
It's
guys.
weird
That's
to
just
listen.
guys not being able to
Yeah.
articulate what they really mean.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's upset. He wouldn't be with you in
Yeah.
10 years.
No.
It's a weird
And
breakup
he's bringing
speech,
it
though.
to you.
And he's talking to you, yes.
He's
So
bringing
there's
it-
It's a
channel
weird breakup
communication.
speech.
Yeah.
If he's going, I gotta leave because look, I want to be with you, but I can't have sex with you if you're not on the twister board, like with one hand on red and then like one foot on green
Listen,
while
we
one's
gotta
on
tell
yellow.
her though. We gotta tell her, don't leave. All right, let him freaking
Don't
work
leave.
this out. Just don't do some random thing that he's not gonna get and be
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
she left. Now what do I do?
This
You
is
know?
the inverse of the
Stay
first
with it.
email.
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah.
in. Stay in
and
it.
I think
Keep talking. Keep
you're-
working it out.
Yeah.
I
don't
think that you're-
don't do some random crap that's gonna like throw off the whole thing or kibosh it. Don't do some
Yeah.
weird thing.
I think that you're bringing up a good point because she says that it's their 6th anniversary dinner, and I do think that like the 7-year itch is a thing.
Sure, it's a real thing.
Because they're both still under 30, which is still relatively young. They've been married for 6 years, and it's this thing, and she's, it's almost like she's acting horrified by this, but again, like it's him finally, saying okay, and again maybe the delivery, like, and again she's saying that he said verbatim that the relationship didn't live up to expectations, like that's in quotes, which that's like fucking harsh, right?
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
you.
But at the same time, like again, he probably all of this was probably thoughts that he's had in his head for years, and it just vomited out in one.
All right,
So
we're
I
talking-
feel like-
Guys
about
are
it.
notorious
yeah,
for
so
saying
he's
shit.
not going to be
that's-
eloquent
Yeah.
necessarily.
He spends his free time looking at old gymnastic videos. He's not
Yeah.
reading books.
He's like
All right.
Harry Shrug.
That's
Oh,
it.
what's up? Give me a hug. It's so he's but again.
Why can't you do the 10 double mount flip like you used to, honey?
I can only
Come
come with
on.
a triple X.
Land on it. Land on it.
It's-
Triple
yeah.
stick land.
Call that a Kobayashi.
Yeah.
So he is like making steps to like again keep the relationship together, whereas she
Yeah,
is
he's
sort of like
trying.
using this like ditch method of like, oh, you said something that I think is naughty, I should leave.
God.
It's like, that's marriage is like, marriage is hard. Like marriage, like, again, like people have to overcome things, and if this relationship is going to go forward, you need to deal with that. But again, if you're kind of thinking in the back of your head of like, oh, I'm not going to really commit to that. Maybe she actually already kind of wants to leave, and she's now using this as an excuse of like, oh, see, my husband's a monster. He masturbates.
Oh.
He totally masturbates.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you kill?
I don't
do
know.
You have to kill it if he has this fantasy where he's like the gym coach. And
Yeah,
you're the
Post the
I don't know,
Michigan
that
thing,
could-
maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
got other connotations.
that-
now.
This
That
is
could
a
be creepy,
married,
though,
This is a
actually.
married, partnered couple. If you can't explore some kink in a safe environment with somebody that you can't communicate that to, like that, again, it's not a healthy dynamic.
Again,
It takes people time and
Yeah.
it just needs to warm up to. But I think you're right, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I think that the grander thing is that whatever her reactive thing is coming from, it comes from her insecurity, fear, doubt,
Yeah.
whether it's about her body or about the relationship or about whatever. I think that she's looking for a reason to torpedo this, and she's taken something pretty innocuous and out of context
yeah.
and turned it into a should I be worried?
Yeah, and I'm
No,
not.
you
I'm
shouldn't
not,
be worried.
I'm not saying. I'm also not saying that someone shouldn't do something that they aren't comfortable
No,
with.
no, that's not.
But
Yeah.
also, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, this is really like, to me, it's kind of like not even a kink. Like it's
It's
so.
vanilla shit.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
so common
He's
for
just saying that this
dress
is
up
why
as
he
a
was attracted
cheerleader,
to you.
dress
Like,
up
no
as
shit.
a ballet dancer, like be one of those like women that hang from the ropes or the silk things.
Climb,
you know what I mean?
climb
Yeah,
silk.
yeah.
Or, yeah.
It's like
Circus Soleil
yeah,
kind of
Cirque
stuff.
Aerialist? I think
That
it's
is,
called
yeah,
aerialist.
an aerialist. Yeah, it's this to me is so common and vanilla, and the fact that she's like freaking out, and again because he kind of sounds like a good guy. Like, okay, maybe he swooped in and took advantage of her a little bit when her mom died of cancer, but like.
Okay, so again, this talk.
Wow.
But he seems like a fine.
Even
he
that
seems
weird
like a
little
decent
detail.
person.
It seems like the kind of thing where it's like, this is a person who's dealing with a lot and been through a whole lot of shit or whatever, and is like. I had a girlfriend when I was in college. It's weird that we bring up the aerialist thing because she actually did this. She told her dad and her brother were fucking assholes, and she loved to see me squirm.
And that's how she got away from him. That's how she like climbed trees and stuff.
No, she loved to see me squirm, and she loved to see me feel embarrassed or whatever, because I'm kind of hard to rattle. So she loved like poking me, and so
It's
the
a
first
shit
time,
test.
the first time I met her brother and her dad, unbeknownst to me, she told them that what I did for a living was climb silk, like in a circus or something. And she told them I was an aerialist. And
That's
they were like,
climbing silk? What
the
is that?
Fuck! It's like the people who do the Cirque du Soleil silk
Like
dancing suspended
They
from
like
whatever.
flip
It's
down.
like a
and
glorified
there's
stripper
like
pole,
a
kind
silk-
of.
It's like a loop almost. It's like a loop, and like so they like and then they like flip down and like spread their legs out. And
just
Yeah, I
swing
love
around
Jake's
from
like I'm learning some new face.
Yeah. it's like Brendan Fraser in Encino Man watching him cook a fucking microwave burrito. It's blowing my goddamn mind.
Confusion, horror, all of that. Like, what's happening?
It's typically ladies who do it.
The first step to me learning something new is fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes through all of them.
You gotta be a guy out there that's like,
Where's this data been? Why has it been hidden from me?
Climb itself. And the way you guys described it, I thought this guy was a weirdo for jagging all this. I'm kind of into it. It sounds kind of
Yo,
hot.
shouts to Susan for continuing to explain that. In that face. I would stop. She didn't ask if you were okay. She just said, no, you wanted this answer, you're going to get the whole answer. Like the man, you scared? I'm going to keep talking anyway.
I was really scared.
we gotta
Sometimes she's like, I need you to bite down on the rag like a Civil War dude getting his fucking leg cut off. You're going to learn something new.
We gotta
I don't
take
care
this
how
seriously.
painful it
We
is.
gotta take this seriously. There's some guy out there that's like, I just want to see my wife bake a cake. And she's like, what? Huh?
I knew a sex worker who used to dress like a clown and sit in cakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the thing. That was
She
the
crossover fantasy.
so weird.
Your husband likes you because of a thing that you were passionate about for a very long time when you met.
Yes.
That sounds
Why is that not beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so
oh my
beautiful.
god, that
That's
is such
beautiful.
a good point. Maybe the reason why she's so off-put is because there's a part of her that misses it and like misses that identity.
Again,
because
her
that,
insecurity,
Yeah.
not his.
Wait, maybe
Yeah, no, I agree.
maybe there's something weird. Maybe he didn't let her know that back then, and he was like, maybe he was almost like envious of it or something, and then now all this is coming together.
Yeah, and that's fair, but I'm just saying, it's clear, you're not a part-time gymnast. If you're a gymnast, you're doing 15 hours a week in high school. So this is something that mattered to you, and it drew him in.
I do like
that
the idea
shit
of a
is
part-time gymnast. I do like the idea of somebody who just fucking eats carbs and does accounting all fucking week long. And then one day a week, they're like, fuck that. I don't care that I'm 40 pounds overweight.
I'd
I'm
love to
landing
see,
this
like-
fucking triple axel. Oh, Jesus, I pulled everything.
John
I
Belushi,
pulled
Zero
everything.
Mostel, Chris Farley, they were all big boys and they were athletic as
Oh,
shit.
yeah, 100%.
Dude,
Chris
John
Farley
Belushi
was a
did
part-time
backflips in
gymnast.
the Blues
I'd
Brothers.
love to
Instead of
see, like,
private
oh,
dancer, I'm
Yeah.
a part-time gymnast.
Yes. Dude, John Belushi.
What do you want me to do?
John Belushi and Chris Farley were part-time gymnasts, and there was no downside to
Jack
it.
Black,
Yeah.
let's do it. Word up.
No downside.
100%.
Episode titles if you need them.
Come
That's
on,
it.
do
Okay.
flash
Okay.
dance every once in a while in a bedroom.
Let me, since this is the last question, I'm gonna do a quick read for this wine because goddamn, this
What are
is
we
a
on
good
now?
one. This is
Oh, I didn't-
Los Reinos, which that's Spanish. In
For the
English,
Reinos.
it means the three Reinos.
Right,
That's
yeah.
what that means, dude. That's and it's really good. This is actually kind of an interesting one, man. This is from Chile, which we've drank Chilean wine on here all the fucking time.
Is this a Mapuche?
Dude, I have no idea, dude. That sounds like really good porn, but like I have no idea. But dude, wine from Chile, I mean, especially the white wine, it's pretty goddamn cheap and it's really fucking good, dude. I love Chilean wine, but this is kind of interesting. This is a mixture of Sauvignon Blanc, Sauvignon Gris, and Riesling. 65% Sauvignon Blanc, 20% Sauvignon Gris, 15% Riesling, which is good because I was shocked and appalled when I only found out that Riesling has like half the amount of alcohol in it. This still has like a good
Get
amount.
Epic Run. You need that in the marathon.
Yes. Lowe's 3, 100%, dude. You could run with this.
Yeah.
This is like refreshing.
The bottle's very sleek too.
Dude,
yeah.
you can hide it in your ass and run with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%. Dude, it's fucking good. Yeah. Uh-huh. Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
it's
dun,
more
dun,
aerodynamic.
dun, 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 dun,
Traditionally
dun.
in Chile, they drink wine right out of the ass.
That is that. I mean, yeah, dude. That's
completely. It's very cultural.
That's why the country's so thin.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
It's like
It's
a
shaped like this
luge.
bottle.
Yeah.
100%. Intensely bright and clear with beautiful greenish hues. Incredibly fresh and fruity nose with notes of citrus, pineapple, and boxwood. Who's putting fucking boxwood?
No, I can taste the boxwood.
I mean,
for sure.
yeah. I mean, it's boxwoody, but not too boxwoody. As a
It's a nice
result
balance of boxwood.
of a perfect blend. I hate when it's too boxwoody. Yeah. 100%. This is just a hint of it. Yeah. As a result of perfect blend between Sauvignon Blanc and Sauvignon Gris. What about the Riesling I just mentioned? They don't even fucking do that. Anyway, young and dedicated wine of refreshing acidity and floral notes acquired from the Riesling. They did bring it up, these sons of bitches. Look at them.
Call back. I like
Yeah.
that. Well
That
done.
is a long label. There.
Dude, this label isn't fun. Well, it should be if you're adding this many wines together. I'll read the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
In fact, this part really gets nutty. Best served at 48 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Fucking A, dude.
Wow.
That's
Dude,
specific.
I remember one time somebody gave me this shit at 52. I spit it right in their fucking face. I'm like, what degree Fahrenheit you
What
said
the
this
hell's the
was?
matter with you?
This ain't 50.
What is wrong with
You
you?
take
Well, the
this
boxwood.
fake to the yeah. I'm like, it tastes too boxwoody at 52 degrees Fahrenheit. This is bullshit. Let me talk to your
Can't even
manager.
taste the
I said.
pineapple.
Yeah. I was on one of those Karen videos. I beat the shit out of that.
Oh,
bitch.
sure.
Yeah, 52
That
degrees
bitch had
Fahrenheit.
it coming.
Fuck that. Goddamn right she did. Yeah. 48 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit is how you drink this fucking wine. What's it at right now? I don't know. I was faking that last part. But great company for fish and seafood. Also running or beating up waiters.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I like a big salmon lunch. I like to punch the waiter to death, and then I like to
Fucking
run
A.
26 miles.
Yes.
We call that a Long Island Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a drink I want to try.
The Long Island Christmas. yeah. It's just eggnog and Everclear. That's all it is. And a little bit of blood.
Christmas is coming up, Jake. You know where I work, man. I will make that
100%
drink.
Oh, yeah.
But you all need to make a Los 3 Reinos. Now back to our question on the Love Gurus podcast.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so again, so going back to this question, I think that, yeah, as we've said, like, has some insecurities, and that it's, again, like, I think, the other thing is she could just counter and say, okay, you want me to be a dancer? Well, I want you to be a millionaire. Okay.
Role playing as a millionaire and
That's
being a
probably
millionaire
what the
are
problem is.
very different things.
I'll
That's
get more
what it is.
flexible physically when you get more flexible financially. I want to go to Chile and drink. I want to drink Los 3 Reinos straight from the fucking vineyard, you
Why
piece
can't
of
you
shit.
just watch me in a marathon with a Chardonnay? God, why can't that be your fantasy, honey?
Yeah, but perfect. Does anyone else have any final advice? Otherwise, I think we answered that question.
Make it work.
Murder,
Make it
suicide.
work.
Oh yeah, no, make it
Murder.
work. Make
There's
it
so
work.
many damn problems in this
Yeah.
world. If that's the problem, please fix it.
Oh.
Don't let this be the thing.
Yeah. No, but yeah, but perfect. I think we answered that
Or
question.
you know what? Or,
Unless it's another thing that we don't know about.
listen, if you're just looking for a reason to torpedo the relationship,
Yeah.
then fucking do it now anyway.
but come up with a better reason,
But,
for
yeah.
God's sakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either this is a real thing or it's bullshit and get over it.
But I agree that like most dudes don't jerk off to like dancers, especially in the time of like porn on your phone, because it used to be tough to get
Yeah.
porn back in the day, and it used to be not like tough, but you used to have to go to seedy places. Like I remember the town I grew up in, there was like 2 porn shops, and it's not that I would feel dirty about looking at porn. It's that I would feel dirty about walking into this
Physically going
moldy
into that place.
fucking jizz bucket that this place was. Because it's like, they'd show beautiful women showing their bodies and in magazines, but they'd also have dudes blowing each other through holes in the walls while these videos were going. Like, it was fucking
Glory
weird.
holes.
Yes. There was nothing
of
glorious about the ones in Iowa, sir. I can tell you
I
that
have
right
some
now.
of
How big were the
Kindest
holes?
mouths.
They could
The big holes. They were
It's like handlebars.
yeah. It was it depended on how much you wanted to pay for the booth. You know what I mean? It was a progressive scale in renting it. It was
Carnival porn.
A lot of times it's just like a little window that only opens so much.
But that's why, like in you remember in action movies before internet porn was a thing. There in many movies, romance, whatever, there would always be that scene where it's like now the slow jazz saxophones are coming on, and we got to see Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger's ass grinding on top of some 20-year-old actress.
Sweaty butt.
Some slow, like softcore porn in the middle. It's like this movie was about a dude in the future trying to like give his face to another dude so he could commit crimes. Why do I need to see a slow grind fucking sex scene for a minute and a half? This is crazy.
For a dude who started his career in a porn film, Stallone doesn't have nearly enough sex scenes.
That's a good point. Okay,
Nobody
Stallone
would
gets a pass
believe that anybody
Stallone
would
gets
want
a
to kiss that marinara sauce.
But he could have forced that in all his contracts. That dude was big money. He was an A-list actor. He was an action star. He could have said, I need sex scenes and all these shit.
I've never seen the Stallone porn. I hope he was doing the Rocky character the whole time. Like, I hope he could barely talk. You want to suck the dick? You want to suck the dick on it? Yeah, suck that dick on it. That feel good? That feel good. Yeah, you know that feel good. That feel real good. That feel good.
Might have been a feminist.
Adrian! I'm coming, Adrian! I hope the whole time he was in character. That would have been amazing.
That guy looks like he smells like a saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bet he fucks like a horse. But yeah, dude, guys ain't jerking off to, especially now in 2020. Now that like that's not an action movie anymore because people can jerk off. They're not jerking off to gymnastics.
I'm not gonna watch any more Stallone.
I'm pretty sure
then-
millennials don't jerk off anymore.
Every time you watch it now, you're gonna think of him fucking a chick. Every time.
That's it.
But
Let's go back to the gym.
even Elton John wrote a song called Tiny Dancer, and he doesn't jerk off to women at all.
No, he doesn't.
You know? So it's like, you can enjoy dancing for completely non-sexual reasons. This is the only guy who's really into
Tiny
dancers.
Dancer is a metaphor, though, for him. It's George Michael or something.
Oh, you think he was like,
What?
I'm gonna.
I don't know.
Do you think he was Daniel Day-Lewis method
I don't
acting
know,
a straight
because
guy?
like he's
Do you think that's what was going on?
I so believe you right.
I
I'm
know,
like,
me too.
what?
No,
Oh, shit, exclusive.
No, it's like because he's like talking about Tiny Dancer. Like
You just named the only two gay European people you knew.
Yeah.
Elton John and George Michael. They totally thumped.
You know, Sylvester Stallone far more progressive than you are right now. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm just saying, gender's like a social construct. You know what I mean? You know, my opponent Apollo, he don't like it. He just put out a special on Netflix saying all kinds of crazy stuff. But I think, I'm a pansexual, you know? I jerked off on cooking pans. I jerk off to whatever. I'm into whatever.
Cooking pans.
Yeah. My trying to make there's men and there's women rocky apart. Look, Mickey, you need to open up. You need to expand your mind. Yeah.
Like, yo, the dude, I'm thinking about it.
Get canceled.
He did like 8 Rocky movies. Like, he's literally playing a athlete who's half dressed. And yet I still can't think of a time when there wasn't an inch more skin shown than necessary in a Stallone film.
Yeah.
The dude's on point with it. Yeah, yo. Low key, progressive, man. Get out there, yo.
Rambo, dude, he's just a sweaty hunk running around the jungle murdering strangers.
And he could have the dude did all them Rambo movies and still kept long pants on.
Yeah.
You justified him wearing shorts.
He
He's
did
like,
not need
no.
to be shirtless.
Yeah, he's like, no, they don't need to see my
Well, the
sexy
first one
calves.
was up in Oregon.
We're focused
or
on the
something,
character.
Right.
Okay?
All right,
I cold up there.
Brian Dennehy, yeah.
I can't
And he
fight what
makes
you're
a
saying
puncher.
with facts. Okay, well, all I can say is that I know that there was like shitty Sylvester Stallone movies that are the opposite of classics, whose names I don't remember when I was a kid.
Listen,
And-
stop or my mom
and
will
it was-
shoot. Come on.
Stop
man.
or my mom will shoot is a great
yeah.
movie.
Well, that was
Spaghetti, dude.
more like a family one. Oh, my mic's cutting out. Shit. Hang on.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Shouts to Cobra, okay?
Oh, Cobra,
Yeah.
Out there banging,
Uh,
freaking things
Tango,
on top.
was it Tango and
that
Lightfoot?
Future
Or
Cop thing?
Tango and Cash? Which one?
Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash, right.
Tango and Cash was amazing.
Yeah, man.
Judge Dredd.
Dude,
Yeah,
I know there
Dredd.
was terrible ones where I can remember seeing that dude in the shower with chicks for no reason at all. And I think I blocked most of it out of my mind
I
because
think it doesn't exist, and this is your fantasy.
like maybe I'm going Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind, and Sylvester Stallone's ass is just giving me clues, Ace Ventura style. The New York Times is giving you clues.
The New York Times said Stallone's ass deserves an Oscar.
My wife's gonna come out in the shed and back, and she's gonna be like, "What's all these lines and all these articles and all these fucking sticky notes?" And I'm like, "Sylvester Stallone's ass! It fucking recruited me into the CIA."
Jake's like
I
super
worked for it.
specific Mandela effect. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I'm a Sylvester Stallone's ass candidate, and with the right note of slow jazz, I become an assassin.
Oh, yeah.
And Sylvester Stallone's ass has to kill people. I gotta go shoot the president. You know what I mean? I gotta go shoot the one in the middle. I shoot the one in the middle.
The next hour we talk about Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That
Now that's a guy that wanted to show some ass.
Yeah.
I know I'm not
That
making
guy
that.
loves hitting women.
You find me another relationship podcast that talks as much about Stallone. I challenge you.
Oh, yeah.
That's going on the fucking. That's going on all the goddamn, all the flyers, all of it.
What is that Venn diagram like?
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
Stallone, why?
This is why I wanted to be on
Hey,
this
let's,
show.
can we show some love for Steven Seagal already? Come on.
Oh, boo.
Never showed his ass at all, no.
But I feel
He
like
was in 2 classics and then a million shitty movies. It
Steven
was
Seagal
fucking
didn't
amazing.
show his ass because nobody wants to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
I feel like
every
Stallone
Steven
said
Seagal
no.
movie
Yeah.
has a forced moment where he kisses a girl, and it's like, why
Yeah.
are they kissing?
He
The
wild creepy.
president just got shot. What's going on?
Stallone barely kisses his wife in the movie. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I don't look my best right now. This is for Apollo Creed."
Stallone doesn't kiss on the mouth.
Wait, no, I don't know. He
Perfectly.
basically date rapes Adrian in episode 1.
Oh,
In
right,
Rocket
right,
Racing.
right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
When what's his name throws the chicken out the door.
Stop trying to ruin his character, okay? Great man, all right?
Like, I don't know, he was just reading what was in the script that he wrote and published and sold his dog to make. Anyway, you know about the bad things that Stallone. Hey, let's talk about the good things he did. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to be able to watch Rocky 1 the same way again.
Oh, yeah, dude. That is the one scene when you go back and watch Rocky 1, you're like, oh, wow, you should have let her leave. That was you know what I mean? As a heavyweight contender, maybe pinning her against the wall.
A lot
And
of classics didn't age well. Have you seen Ernest Scared Stupid recently? It's a great movie. He's a big part of my childhood.
he also pins
there's
Adrian against the wall as she's trying to leave.
There's some
She's
problematic dialogue with Eartha Kitt in that film, and I don't know.
Adrian's like, come on, Ernest, let me leave. You're like, no, you know you want it. You know? and then it fades out. Just like Rocky.
Yeah, a wacky contraption and Danny Elfman music starts playing.
Hey, Vern, don't tell nobody about this. We're not coming to see, right?
Hey, Vern, no
Bird. Well, perfect. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we answered all of the questions really, really well this week. So basically we have a swinger who cleans out bank accounts, sleeps with pregnant people, and then becomes a dancer and realizes her dream.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw that movie, and it had what's her name from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, yeah.
How
Jesse.
Kelly Dubowski got her groove back.
Now Kelly
Yeah.
Dubowski got her groove back.
It was rated X and only released in Thailand. It was really fucked up.
I saw it in the theater over there. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing in Thailand. Doesn't matter.
Stickiest floors I've ever walked on. 100%. Yeah. How Kelly. But this has been a great episode. Thank you so much to all of our guests. Thank you to Joe DeSantis. Thank you to Andreas Pacheco. Thank you to Gastor Almonte.
Yeah.
Hey, starting with Joe, where can they find you, man?
At Joe on Edge on social media, YouTube, and I post videos regularly, and all my stand-up shows, performances at Joe on Edge.
God
Guys.
damn right. There you go, Andreas. Where can they find you?
Standing up under Big Fat Disgusting Andres. Anytime you see a mic that has that. Music, Ugly Ugly Words on Spotify, SoundCloud, all over the place. I'm coming at you.
Nice.
I'm shaking off the cobwebs, back in it.
Fucking A, man. He's back in it. Goes finding people. And Gastor Almonte.
You can find me on all social medias at Gastor Almonte, GastorAlmonte. And check out my podcast, The War Report with the homie Shalay with Sharp.
Yes.
It's me and Shalay. We're talking about the news, and we do that funny and all that stuff. Boom.
Goddamn right.
Tell you.
Thank you guys so much for being on. You guys have been awesome. Thank you to everybody who watched live. And thank you to all the listeners. Until next week. Catch us live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next time. Later.
I just realized it was words on the screen. So
Oh, how do I stop? Stop